Hello and welcome to Mzansi. We are back again with the case. Oh, God. Hey, it doesn't rain, it pours.
Hey,
That's all I can say.
hey, it's been a lot, you guys. Welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. We are live discussing the case. Now, you know how it goes. Let me put out these disclaimers before we start, okay? This is not a personal attack on anybody. Everything we are using is public information. Information that's already available, and we are putting commentary on it. It's not a personal attack to nobody. And on top of that, hey, welcome back. For those of you who have been following us, thank you so much for joining us yet again on another live stream. And also, don't forget to like, to comment, to engage, and to also share your opinions in the chat. We really appreciate you, and we'll get to them.
Right, Emily, you tell me. Where do we start in this mess?
Yo, guys, it's a lot. There's a phrase that they say, but see, the whole day, all I've been saying is yo. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yo. Ndithi ndiyaphumula. Yo. Ndithi ndiyaphumula. But one thing that really caught my last breath of yours, Mr. Anonymous, is this information that just came to light about Kelly Khumalo and Zandi Khumalo. I don't know whether you'd like for us to start with it. We get it out of the way. There's an allegation coming from Musa Kaula on Twitter. And it says that Kelly Khumalo and Zandi Khumalo Gumede are set to release a documentary about Senzo Meyiwa's murder.
Yeah.
And the sisters have reportedly signed a 22 million rand deal with Netflix to produce a docu about the version of events that took place inside the house that night Senzo Meyiwa was assassinated. They will start shooting soon after Kelly's new season of her reality show, which will air on Showmax.
You will remember that we did mention and we did we're worried about how Kelly is conducting herself around this. Which then, again, I'm still questioning the fact that if really this is true, because these are allegations, right? If this is true and you are seeking a chance of making money out of this.
Yes.
You are not worried that the father of your child passed on in your house. You really go on and make deals such as this.
This is a huge deal. It's a huge deal. 22 million rand is a lot of money.
Let us hear you guys. What are you thinking?
What are you guys thinking about this? To me, and there's even more information. Gutiwa Mama Joy, Maggie Piri, some Orlando Pirates soccer players and political figures will be interviewed on this documentary. The Netflix series is expected to start shooting after the airing of Kelly Khumalo's show. So
we did flag Netflix. We did.
Now it makes sense.
We did flag Netflix. And there was uncomfortability around Netflix. That was it raised by Defo.
Advocate Defo.
Yeah. So those are the things that we have to look at now.
This shocked me. This was like, wait a minute, whoa. I know a lot of people say that this might probably be a fake story, alluding to what we've heard before, but there is some basis to this because allegedly Zandi Khumalo did an interview with Gagasi not so long ago and she was talking about a documentary.
So there is a coincidence that is kind of banning this whole thing. Now, those are the things that we have to take into account.
A lot of people are giving them grief on Twitter right now because they are struggling to make sense of the fact that Kelly Khumalo is trying to profit off of Senzo Meyiwa. Now, if the roles were reversed,
what would we say as a society?
What was going to happen if Senzo Meyiwa was actually the one signing these deals and Kelly Khumalo was actually
the one who was unfortunately...
How would he look like? Wouldn't he be cancelled already?
He would be cancelled. That begs the question. around us who are consuming such, obviously, if really this is true, we still consume, obviously, what is happening because we need to follow. But do we still feel sorry? Does Kelly, if really this is true, does it look like someone who's remorseful, someone who lost someone they loved
and cared for?
I don't know. Well, let us proceed. It's not only that, because we have like a lot.
A lot of things to cover, okay? But I will come back to this somehow when we do our commentary. Next on the lineup that we have is what happened today in court. And Meyiwa trial delayed over the second docket. Now, I'm taking it from Sowetan Live. And this is what it says. The trial of the 5 men accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa has hit yet another snag after the court postponed the matter to Monday to determine how much time will be given to one of the defense lawyers to study the second docket they received on Wednesday. Now, today what happened in court this morning is that advocate Zandile Mshololo was not happy with the fact that she got a docket from the prosecution, the NPA, in the morning. And in this docket, what was shared is kind of like more information, or it's totally different to the docket that she's currently questioning Musia on.
Yes, it's a different docket.
Oh my goodness. On Wednesday morning, advocate Zandile Mshololo received the docket opened in January 2019, which placed Meyiwa's girlfriend Kelly Khumalo and others as the accused who have to answer for this murder. Mshololo lifted the thick file in her hand, informing the court that she had just received it in the morning from the state and needed to go through it. In the docket, the Director of Public Prosecutions, the DPP, for South Gauteng wanted Longa Twala, Kelly Khumalo, Gladness Khumalo, Zandi Khumalo, Tumelo Madlala, Nthokozisi Twala, and Megi Phiri to be charged with murder and defeating the ends of justice. However, the DPP North Gauteng took a decision based on the docket opened the year Meyiwa was ended, and that the 5 men on trial in the Pretoria High Court had to answer for the murder. Mshololo wanted to question the state's first witness, Sergeant Thabo Musia, on a statement he made, which is contained in the second docket. She told the court that she will request the people who made the decision to charge the 5 men before the court to explain what informed their thinking. Now, she said the state must provide a reason for the decision it has taken. We have been made to plead before this court when we were not in possession of such crucial information. Last week, Advocate Malisela Tifu told the court that in the 2019 docket, Khumalo, who was Meyiwa's girlfriend, allegedly shot Meyiwa by mistake, and then she and the others hatched a plan to hide what had happened and say that a robbery had taken place. Judge Chipiwa Maumela had to remind Tifo several times that the docket he kept referring to was not before court. Mshololo said she wants time to study the document in order to understand why 2 directors of public prosecutions arrived at a different conclusion on one crime. She said the state's decision to only give her the docket on Wednesday violated the rights of her client, who's accused number 5. Now, guys, I want to explain accused number 5. And accused number 5 is the suspect who was associated with the political
would say hits, yes.
Yeah. So the non-disclosure of such documents to accused number 5 violate my client's rights to be given further particulars or information that is in possession of the state in order to be able to prepare his defense. Now, Mshololo said now the whole docket is only disclosed when the trial has already started. Accused number 5 has been prejudiced by the behavior of the state. As a result, I need to go and read the docket and consult with my client before I can proceed. Now, prosecutor advocate George Baloyi said he requested the docket back in March, but only got it on Wednesday to make it available for the defense team.
Okay. I think let us pause there.
Okay.
Take a breath. So let us deliberate on the second docket, which is docket 375.
Yeah.
That is a docket that has a jurisdiction of South Gauteng.
Gauteng.
Now, this docket points to those who were in the house to be arrested.
Yes.
And this docket was opened again in 2019.
Yes.
It is important. This is important. You need to know this. When this docket was opened, two investigators that are working on different dockets now were together. That is according to DEFO. On an interview that he did late today.
Did an interview with
he's saying that these people were together in the name by Makubo and Gininda. They were working together. The only time they started working separately, which created docket 636,
yes,
which is the one that is currently running
in
through
the
jurisdiction of North Gauteng.
Yes.
Yes, that is the current case.
Yes.
So of these people that are accused. Now, that is the only time when they started working separately is when allegedly someone stole some important information amongst the two teams. It was 4 people that were working on the initial document of 375, which is accusing the people who were in the house. Now, when certain information disappeared, allegedly, according to DEFO, that is when then the second team was created. Now, look, I understand that there might be differences, obviously, based on expertise and all that. But remember, this is one department we're talking about. To even have 2 dockets
is a problem.
It's a problem. We have never heard of such.
No.
And even therefore is actually attesting to that, to say that we have never had a situation where there are one case is run on 2 dockets.
Sorry
so
about that.
it is moving on my thinking, that thing. So
I apologize.
Now, that being said, this is just a quarter of what is to come, guys. Because the question is, why are they separated all of a sudden?
Why?
It's like you're working in one department of education and all of a sudden you're doing different jobs. In fact, one job, but in 2 different houses.
Why?
Not only, I'm just going to jump, not only are these people separated, they are reporting to 2 different people. Do you understand?
Yes.
2 different people.
So who are these people that they are reporting to?
We will get into that.
Okay.
We will get into that. Please read further to that.
All right, let me continue with what I was reading. Earlier, Mshololo questioned Musia on why he did not investigate what had happened to the cell phones that were stolen from the witnesses on the day of Meyiwa's killing. Musia could only reply by saying, I cannot answer. Okay, she further questioned why Musia left the crutch stick, which one of the witnesses said had been used to hit one of the suspects. Now, it came out earlier in court before it was postponed, while Advocate Zandile was Advocate Mshololo was cross-examining Musia, that actually Zandi Khumalo, in a statement, it was written that Zandi Khumalo used that crutch to hit one of the suspects.
Exactly.
The defense has been trying to prove to the court that the scene Musia attended to on the night Meyiwa was killed had been contaminated and that the evidence the forensic expert gathered was compromised.
Now, pause there.
Pause.
That was the part that was actually opened up by therefore, and now I know that I've been praising therefore.
Yes, you have.
I have been praising therefore not enough. this guy really opened this case wide open. And I will tell you, yes, he might sound like he's all over when he's questioning. But I understand now where he was going with the questioning. Now, on the second docket, now this is another key thing. On the second docket,
Yeah.
there were allegations that there were police that were actually charged for defeating the ends of justice. That is docket 375. The docket that we are not currently talking about. That is also coming from Defo today. Defo was free today. He was not wearing any black robes. He was just chilling on a blue t-shirt.
So you are trying to tell me that this docket that they are speaking of, in it, there was a police officer
Yes.
who was charged
Now that's a good
for
yes,
defeating
exactly.
the ends of justice.
Yes, exactly. So, if that is the case, who's that police? Let me, in my thinking, there's one person who has who has passed away. But I'm not gonna say it's him per se. But I'm just thinking, why would you? I think you have more to gain if or let me say not more to gain because I might sound in a certain way. But it's unfortunate that we cannot say some of the things that we think exactly the way we want to say them. But it's according to what I'm looking at, because there is no one who's going to account now for that position. I'm looking at that. If that is the case, and if that case eventually sits as that case of 375, of that docket of 375, because that is a separate situation that eventually brings back that question of why are these 5 people then arrested or even standing accused.
Yo. Hey, guys. Nini sasa khona mara.
Now to continue, therefore went on to say that he was surprised to hear that the state didn't know about this docket 375. He was surprised. He called that disingenuous. You know, therefore, when he says that. He went further. He didn't just call it disingenuous. He said, in fact, Advocate Balu was disingenuous. Do you understand? Because this docket, he knew about this docket since from 2020 January.
So since 2020.
So I see we have people who are calling here. We will open the calls, guys, because this is like too much. We need to squash it together and then give you guys an
opportunity to vent.
To vent.
Yeah.
Because if we get a call now, we're gonna maybe something that you're gonna ask is something that we're still gonna go through.
Yeah.
So for now, I'm not gonna take a call. I'll tell you when I have to take a call. So
yeah, we will take them though, guys. We will.
So that is surprising. Now, this is interesting now. And I want you to listen carefully. When Advocate therefore was briefed about these 2 dockets, because Advocate therefore is admitting that he was briefed about this docket, there was an attorney by the name of Sibiya, the attorney of Mshololo. Remember, and I need to make people understand, those who are not familiar on the side of law, advocates are given the job by the attorneys. Attorneys, they talk to the society, obviously. That's where you normally go.
Those that actually do the groundwork.
Yes, and then they get proper advice to advocates. So, Sbiya was present on that day, according to DEFO.
That's Advocate Mshololo's attorney.
Yes, that is an attorney of Advocate Mshololo. That's someone who's briefing Advocate Mshololo. They call it being briefed. So that's how you get your job as an advocate normally on the bar, when you are working at the bar.
Yeah.
You get it through an attorney. You are briefed by those attorneys that are coming in. When you say you don't have a job, that means those attorneys are not coming through for you.
Okay. So you are telling me that this attorney, Mr. Sibiya,
yes,
is the one who was there when the second docket was briefed.
both dockets. When
Both
Tifo
dockets.
was briefed about both
Both
dockets,
dockets.
he's saying that Sibia, an attorney who's briefing Mshololo, was there. Now the question
Then why
is,
did Mshololo
why
act?
if that is the case, why are they having amnesia of this docket all of a sudden? And I was thinking out loud now, because I'm thinking with you. The accused number 5 is already in jail serving a sentence.
Yeah.
So, in my thinking, prolonging a case, or even if it takes long, it is not going to impact negatively in that sense that already you are there for something different. But therefore has more to lose, because there are about 2 people that, if this case was to be turned as a case or be nullified, they need to be released. They will be released, those people. So now, therefore, has more to lose. That's why, therefore, was fighting for
Trial
a
within
trial
a
within
trial.
a trial.
So
So that is what you have to look at.
2 suspects that Tifo is representing, advocate Tifo is representing,
Yes, out of the 4.
will walk away, will get out of jail, will
Yes.
don't have any charges
If they
pending.
don't have any charges pending pertaining to case 636,
Yes.
which is currently in play,
Yes.
then those people will be free.
Wow. Continue.
Now that is worrying, because all the theatre that I was seeing through Shololo and all that, it now surprises me to hear this. Unfortunately, Def was not today in so he was represented by an attorney that is briefing Def. Oh. That attorney that you see there is the one that is briefing Def.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So he was represented by that attorney.
Titi Tobani.
Yes. So it is an unfortunate thing to actually see happening. So going forward, he went on to say that going forward, then he's waiting for Monday. Then he cannot have a proper decision or say anything. He's just going to wait for deliberations on Monday, and then from there he will be able to tell exactly what is the way forward. So you remember when Musia was asked about in Exhibit D,
Yes.
which therefore was using.
Which is in the second
To remind, remember this one is in the second docket, which is in 375.
Yeah.
When he was asked about the contamination of the scene, he was reminded by therefore that he actually said that he deported that affidavit in 375, saying that the scene was contaminated. That's when he started agreeing that the scene was contaminated. But that alone, it might sound like something that is wrong, that is happening, because 375 is not supposed to be sitting on this court that is sitting at now. 375 is supposed to be in jurisdiction of South Gauteng, but it is being used in a jurisdiction of North Gauteng.
That's the Pretoria High Court,
which is what Def was trying to also raise at some point, and he was told that. I remember the judge asked him if he's really not now happy that this is the case is here, and only to find that eventually we are going there. Even Mshololo was fighting Defo when Defo was
we
trying to
talked about
raise.
it, guys. She
Now
did.
all of a sudden Mshololo is playing that card and people are clapping hands. All of a sudden, Mshololo, the case is postponed because of 375 that Defo has been fighting for, and Mshololo was quiet. And people are clapping hands. Mshololo wanted to cross-examine. So for me, Mshololo is coming out as someone who's really looking for, I'm looking for a win under my name. If it happens under my name, that's it. It's not about, let us win this thing and get it over and done. However we win it, if it's through your submission, Advocate Defo, good for us, both of us. But
So,
on the other side, you look at Defo. Defo is trying to actually get this 5 out. Therefore, he's not saying, yes, he's representing 4, but if Therefore wins, I think the rest shall be history.
Yeah, they will win. They will win.
Now, the question is, why was Mshololo not
unwilling to hear what Defo was saying? That is so weird. And for her to even continue after, I feel like with Advocate Mshololo, even if she wasn't briefed about the second docket, why couldn't she ask herself a lot of questions after Advocate Defo brought up those allegations? Remember about Kelly Khumalo being the one who allegedly shot Senzo by accident with a revolver. That should have already made her be like,
what I'm saying is that
I don't have this.
Everything that Mshololo is asking is something that has been done by Defo. And people are saying Mshololo is really going well. But all I'm saying is even referencing to Defo.
Yes.
But yet is not willing to work with Defo. If it's going to take that long, now all of a sudden we have postponement. You wanted to cross-examine for what? Eventually you come and say, there is 375, I need time.
And that is one big mighty file. That file was huge.
On the other side, we know that people, allegedly people are being assaulted in prison. He was asked about the assault. Apparently, the state said they will not prosecute on this assault of these 2 prisoners that apparently are alleged to be assaulted because it's a common assault.
What is a common assault?
It is something that I would not be able to give it a definition of, but a common assault, you would explain it in simple terms as something that happens and it's okay for it to happen. It's unlawful, but it is not something out of the extraordinary. Basically, it's just common assault.
Is an offense in English law. It is committed by a person who causes another person to apprehend the immediate use of unlawful violence by the defendant
So basically, it says that they are disciplining them because they don't want to adhere maybe to the rules of the prison.
Rules.
That would be my thinking. But it's still
now I heard grievous.
It is still called assault in a sense, and it is still should go through the court of law, and I think the judge should be able to tell that it's okay or not okay. So if a prosecutor is saying that, which in this case is a state prosecutor, obviously. Okay. Now, we'll look at all those things, and he talked about the threats that he is still receiving, Advocate Defo. He says he still receives threats, but in that, he said, as much as I still receive the threats, who am I? Because even the people who are investigating 375, they are being threatened.
Those are investigative officers.
So if they can threaten the investigators of 375, who's one of them actually, who am I if they cannot protect their own?
This is the police we're talking about.
That's what he said. So you was asked about the reason for cover up, and then he said the cover up is basically cover up corruption. He's even made an example of when further and said that house, when it was a crime scene, it was protected more than the national key point. And now it's people that are protected more than the national key point because that house is no longer a crime scene.
It's been sold.
It has been sold, as we know that there are people who are occupying that house, and we are talking about things that are happening. We are obviously not dumbsucking these things and getting them from people on our own. We are using public knowledge. What is there?
Public information.
So he was asked about being in touch with the investigators of 375. This question was basically trying to sway that narrative of saying that you are in touch with investigators of 375. That is why they said, both of them, because he was angry that both of them, they said they were not briefed about 375.
Yes.
So the question was coming from the point of view saying that you probably got this, as they said there, that only therefore had this document. So you probably got this because you are in touch with investigator. He said everyone is in touch with these investigators, both 375 who reports to General Labia, and 636 who reports. Now this is where it's very interesting. 636 reports to National Commissioner.
National Commissioner.
Yes.
Who's the National Commissioner?
I don't know.
Okay.
So now it's amazing that you have two cases. One is reporting to the other one, and the other one is reporting to the other one. And according to what I'm hearing, is that 375 was reported previously to Stoll.
Ketla Stoll.
This is now you understand when he said that the reason for this is because there was a fight within. So that's why these cases now ended up being like this. This one reports to a different person. Those are the things that we need to look at. Those are the things that we need to look at and need to really, wow, it's amazing.
Yo, it's amazing. Let's hear what people are thinking in the comment section. Tutukile Ntuli, can't wait, guys. Oscar Gumete, oh yes, Sisiangena, welcome, guys. Simpiwe Ndlovu, who needs CV when I have you, my darlings? Thank you. Mpumi Mingli, hi, all you. Ngalandelana no bhuti wami. Okay, hi all you. Ngalandelana no bhuti wami. Kidiboni Matebula, good evening, my people. Sesiwa momuhle, yo, this case is something else. Hey, Kidiboni, it's something else. Hey, Jackie Bingenyeko, I told you, my people, that my family is toxic, evil, devils. It pains me deeply. Mpumelelo Mafu, arrest KK in advance. Mpumi Mingli, your heartless shame as a woman, how she sleeps at night. Tembekile Mabonda, finally, Ngantola live. Your channel is very informative. Love you lots. Oh, thank you so much, Tembekile. Jekim Bingenego, no remorse at all, heartless and never loved Senzo. Mpumi Mingli and Mushololo was very angry today. She was not smiling at all, and she had to be angry a lot on her. Yeah, hey, she was breathing fire today. Pumza Zitoti, who advocate for inoba uyabuza ukuba api amanga wam. Amanga.
He was even smiling. He was too relaxed.
C64, the register has been signed. Yes. Pumza Zitoti. Again, he says they both knew about the document with different case number. Pumza Zitoti, judge doesn't take D4 serious. Pumi H. Sila, Pumza Zitoti, it does show in his face.
Which begs the question, just on that one. Why is D4? D4 looks like a villain there.
Yeah.
And now you come to these things that have been submitted now. You realize that actually D4 has more information, in the sense when whatever that is doing it with a bit of the knowledge that he has in terms of what has been going on about this case. He's too invested in this case. He
is. Upload Zonke Media, those guys did nothing wrong. The shell casing was planted there. All those who were in the house should be arrested. Njengogu Shogugam Sholol. Tembegile Mabona, please push the like button. Yes, guys, please push the like button. We are over here, okay? Laboring for you guys. Press that like button
and subscribe.
Cindy Ndlangamandla, hi Cindy. The rabbit hole goes deep. Yes it does. Oscar Gumete, very true, Mr. Anonymous. D4 is the hero. Since 64th, 85 of us, let's get those likes up. Yes, please, guys. Gabisile, okay, she retracted. Nokwazi Shezi, Sanbonani endlini.
Yebo.
And Thomas Lucas Pinga, today sis Emily will read my comments. Oh, I read your comment. Hi Thomas. Nokwazi Shezi washo unota ukuthi la sisi akahambi yedwa. Kapsile Mabuza, if indeed the 5 accused guys are innocent, I'm praying that the judge applies the principle that you would rather acquit 1,000 guilty people than convict one innocent person. Upload zonke media ngathi ni mandla ngapha ngaseku commenting anibuye ni cindizele ulike phela bo subscribe.
Okay.
Yebo wena upload zonke media. And Sis 64th Mshololo is looking to make a name for herself.
She's big. I mean, she's big. She
94%.
She's got wins in her belt. But sometimes, you know, where that says that when someone, even the person is said to be a crazy person, you must listen. There is something that you might get out of that person that would save you. In this case, it really applied here. Because yes, many people don't understand. Therefore, it took me maybe a day to actually start following what Defo is trying to do here. And then when I realized, I started looking at Defo differently. It requires you to actually give yourself time and try to reason beyond because whatever that Defo is asking, now you might look at it and say, but Defo has been asking this question 5 times.
Yeah.
He's doing that so that when it's time for him to ask you the next question that will actually implicate you, you have said yes 10 times.
Now, to me, what stood out when I was watching Advocate Zandile Mshololo is that being a female also plays a factor, because I feel like whenever something is raised that is against what she's trying to do, she quickly jumps into defensive mode. So I feel like her being the best, one of the best maybe advocates around, and she's female, and of course she's of color, one can only imagine what she has gone through with certain egos.
Look, I watched the case of defamation in America. Who's that guy?
Johnny Depp?
Yes, I watched that lawyer. She was a woman, right? Mm-hmm. She was key. She was key and sharp.
When it comes to, I think you should also open that one. When it comes to her skin color,
the woman
was she not of no color?
I don't even remember the color. It was all about listening to her deliberate. She was firm in everything. But what I've seen is that as much as you say that she jumps into defense, I feel, and this is obviously my opinion, as much as she jumps into defense to those who are colleagues, but when the judge says something, she's quick to retract. Basically, to me, she's looking like someone who's looking to be in a good book of a judge than the rest. So other than that, I don't see the defense that you probably would be talking about, because the defense should always be about the judge, because that's the person you're trying to persuade. Therefore, on the other side is always challenging the judge, and that's why now it looks like therefore is this villain who's also unruly.
Simpiwe Alfred, Defo is representing everyone, 1 to 5. Sis 64th, common assault is still assault, but they are choosing not to probe. Zenande Sitole, Defo's approach is poor. He undermined her. Mshololo leaves nothing to interpretation. Defo needs to learn tact.
But that being said, and I would challenge you to go back and actually try to rewatch everything that Mshololo is asking. It is because Defo has fertilized that ground. Okay. There is nothing that Defo came with and we were like, wow. No. It's everything that Defo has touched. Everything, even the issue of the docket and the people that should be arrested. Defo has touched that.
Okay.
It's just that people were like, fed up with Defo. But
yeah,
it's a mind game. You know, I normally compare this thing to those who watch soccer to tiki-taka football. It tire your mind as an eyewitness. You are tired, or as a person who's being asked questions. You get tired when Defo is asking you because it takes that long, and that plays in Defo's hands. While on the other side, Mshololo, one. What
the
next?
check,
So
Baba.
you are always fresh to actually challenge Msholo. And so that's why he was getting difficulties in trying to break through
To Musi.
Musia. Eventually, they even went to now get a translator. While on the other side with Defo, Musia was given time, and he was actually doing everything that that Defo wanted in terms of implicating and moving away and changing and contradicting themselves. But with Defo now using his language, I think he's in a more comfortable position.
Okay. Zenandes Tole, again, the judge seems to help the witness testify.
A lot, yes.
With his conduct.
Yeah, a lot. I saw that.
And I saw a lot of people in the chat also complaining about the same thing on the live of the trial. They were like, this judge is helping. Is helping the witness answer questions allegedly. Okay, Nelly.
Would say, they say in a court of law, guiding in a sense.
Yeah, he was doing it a little bit too much.
Don't you want to say 1, 2, 3?
Even with the translator.
Aren't you supposed to say 1, 2, 3? Those are the things that...
No. And Nelly Tichwa. I'm sorry if I butchered you said. I'm very sorry. Therefore, is representing everyone. The state is representing the Kelly, the suspect. Adimaga Samatha, Akai Maka Ati for 2022. Tobilem Kize, hello family, hello. Pomashile Hey Sesi, judge is biased.
Wow, allegedly. Okay, on the issue of therefore, Emily, you'll continue with that. Therefore also said that he is on watch and brief of case number 375.
Okay.
Meaning that he's standing for Sfiso and the young sister, listening and taking the outcomes back. So basically, when that case starts, you will also see therefore on case 375.
Okay, so he's in the watching brief of the other case.
Watch and brief.
So he has been the watch and brief for the Meyiwa family.
This then begs the question of Afroforum, where he said that Afroforum is dividing, is applying the divide and conquer within the family.
Because I've been seeing that Umama Sfiso is with Gerinel and
yes, Mama Sfiso has that, but Sfiso and the younger sister they told Difo to take charge.
Okay.
So Afroforum's job apparently was to make sure that the case get a day in a court, putting pressure in NPA.
Yeah.
And then that part was done. Now we are seeing the case. Therefore, he's saying that he was surprised to see them now come back as representing now the family, because when they were in Pretoria, University of Pretoria,
yes,
that's where they were briefed that therefore now we are taking over, and even Nell at some point wrote a letter to Defo saying that good luck with the rest of the case.
Then why is he in court now?
And saying things that
are very confusing to the rest of us.
In a sense, because it's basically, to him, it sounds to me like he's saying that whoever is there, as long as they get persecuted, that's it.
Yeah, he's giving that energy that someone must be arrested. As long as there's somebody arrested, he doesn't have a problem with that. And I'm like, is this Gerinel? Who is that?
But Renel is occupied. He's occupied. Even today, today was talking about Zuma's.
It's today.
Yes. So give therefore because therefore is invested there, and that's what we want. Someone who's really fully there.
Yes.
Continue with the reading.
With the comments.
No, not the comment. Continue with the other part.
Okay. This part is on Advocate Mshololo, but I think we've covered it, as well as the second docket. Okay, let me read this part because I feel it's important. The second docket was raised by the defense for 4 of the accused, Malisela Tefo, during cross-examination of Musia last week. Mshololo said she wanted time to study the document to understand why 2 directors of the public prosecutions arrived at different conclusions. Until we receive those reasons, we will then be able to inform this court whether we are able to proceed. The state must give us reasons for the decision that has been taken, whether it's been a misjoinder or maybe we are supposed to be having 10 accused here. The other accused should have been joined here or they should not be joined.
Now,
we don't know.
Now, pause there. Is this different from what has been said by Def? No. If you listen carefully, no.
No.
Everything that was said here.
He said from the beginning
the only
that
thing
those
now
were in
is
the
that
house.
it makes people move now. Even the judge now is taking a decision because of that. But it was said before. It was said before. Now this is going to even open that issue of trial within trial. Mm-hmm. And basically we are going back to the way therefore wanted things to be done.
Yeah, as a result, I'm asking that this matter be adjourned and the remaining period of this session, she said, the matter has been postponed to Monday.
Which we know probably at that time it will be a deliberation and then postpone again. Because now Mshololo needs time to read this.
Yeah.
And as I say, my worry is that Mshololo, if I'm not mistaken, is representing someone who's already sentenced to certain other crimes. So there is no rush.
Years, allegedly.
There is no rush for Mshololo. There is no rush from Mshololo. All Mshololo is in for is a win. That's it. But on the other side, there are people whose rights are actually being trampled upon. Because if they are not found guilty, then what?
What? Exactly. The state must pay them.
We're talking about September. They talked about September. The state talked about September. They said they would have time. September. That's almost the whole year.
On that day, okay, this is something, a footage, I think there's a video of it. So some blog brought it up, Hello South Africa, they brought it up, what Sifiso said in this TUT, was it a conference where Gerinel was there? Yes. This is what Sifiso said on that recording. On the day that Senzo was shot, I received a call and Tumelo told me that Senzo has been shot. I asked how, he never answered my question. It was not going to be difficult for Tumelo Madlala to tell me that a suspect came inside the house and shot Senzo. It is difficult because they are making up the story. They must be charged. And this is what Sifiso has been saying ever since.
And we must really be happy that there are people like Sifiso, because can you imagine if it was Sifiso's mother alone? If it was Sifiso's mother alone, probably this case would be reaching the conclusion, and we would be having certain people. I think I would assume those who are already there would be arrested. That's my thinking, because. What else? That's a feeling I'm feeling from the team, Sifiso's mother. That's a feeling I'm feeling, that whoever is there, let's get that person in. That's it. Done.
Should we go to Mzilikazi's tweets? Or
Let us go to Mzilikazi's tweets.
Unpacking Mzilikazi wa Africa, guys, is the investigative journalist that was featured on the first season of the Senzo Meyiwa documentary on Netflix. He had a lot to say on Twitter. I'm going to read his tweet. Unpacking Senzo Meyiwa murder investigation bungle. Police must tell South Africa who, within their ranks, allowed 2 different teams to investigate one case. Team 1 reporting directly to Minister Begicele, while Team 2 to former Commissioner Kehla Stole. Unpacking Senzo Meyiwa, Okay, I've read this. They must also explain why Maggie Piri was not arrested on the spot for interfering with the crime scene after she admitted cleaning up the house before police arrived. They must tell South Africa why no single statement from everyone who was in the house was taken that night. The people who were inside the house must tell South Africa why they didn't call the police or ask for help. It was only a neighbor, a retired cop, who blew a whistle to alert the others and personally called the cops. This is the police officer, I believe, that featured on the documentary.
Yes, yes.
One cell phone that was in the house was never handed over. Two potential eyewitnesses, Tabang Makelani and Simpiwe Ngwenya, who were sitting on the street corner that night, are both deceased.
You remember from the documentary.
Simpiwe was shot and Tabang was allegedly poisoned. Tabang's girlfriend was told to clean his room where he had passed on and throw away everything in it. Two potential eyewitnesses, Tabang Makelan. Okay, I've read this. Senior police officers arrived at the scene that night to do what exactly? Who was in charge of all the police that were there that night? Why no statements were taken from all the cops that came to the crime scene? Where did everyone who was in that house sleep that night? The NPA must tell us which of the two investigating teams they recognize and why. They must also tell us which one of the two dockets they have built their case on.
Now, most interestingly, there's this part where he's talking about who's paying who. Can you read that part?
And what informed them to disregard the other dockets over the other? The dockets have two sets of suspects. Why so? Can we have the names of everyone, police and neighbors, who was or came to the house? Can we have all the phone calls made by everyone who was in the house before and after Senzo was killed? Where is the towel that was used to stop Senzo from bleeding when he was rushed to the hospital? What happened to the mastermind? Why he or she not in the dock? What happened to the 150,000 rands reward? How many people were arrested and questioned over Senzo's murder? What happened to the so-called getaway vehicle? Why these 5 suspects were arrested? Who is paying their legal fees?
That's a very interesting one. A very interesting one. Who's paying the legal fees? Well, we can try to associate the other one. But what about the other one?
Advocate.
And what about those boys that allegedly saw people coming out and they are passing? Everything is being overlooked here. Important pieces, because apparently there is exhibits of affidavits of these two guys, I would assume. That's what the document says. That they left affidavits of what they saw.
Yes.
And that's the only thing we'll ever hear from them. I raised this from the documentary.
Hey guys, this case. Guys. And I don't know whether you are interested in what had happened after court was adjourned. Kelly Khumalo released a video of herself singing a gospel song. Okay, and the song is an American influenced gospel song. Victory belongs to Jesus.
I would say let us not give her the clout that she's already getting.
Okay.
Because she was singing, yes. She looked like she wanted to cry, yes.
And she's saying that the battle is already won in that song.
And then after what I heard from Musakaula, then I'm questioning myself. Emotions,
there's a lot of questions.
And I've said this in this platform, that we must be careful as people not to be used emotionally to fight battles that
are not
ours and are not of good to people. and not only pertaining to this case. There is a lot that is happening in this world where people use emotions and tears to cover up a lot of things that are not right. So learn to really, even if it needs you to be emotional, to distance yourself from something that requires you to be emotional without really finding the truth.
Okay. Can't we rather open the lines?
We can open the lines.
Guys,
now.
those of you
Can
who've been itching to call, now is the time to call.
We can open the lines. Let me see. Am I connected on my side? Yes. So the lines are open now.
You
Those
can call
who
us.
wanted to call,
the number
they can
is
call
down
WhatsApp,
below.
be it WhatsApp or be
Or
it just a call
phone
number.
call, yeah.
Please press that like button and smash that subscribe, guys. We are doing the best here, guys. Come on. We can you believe that
Hey,
I'm supposed to be studying? And I'm giving you this, and yet we don't press that subscribe button.
And you don't even show anything like the video to encourage us to continue to do this, okay? Because it is difficult, as you can see. It's getting harder and harder with every live of this case. I'm feeling very weird. Sometimes I feel like my head is about to explode. Because I'm like, what? Good evening, the whole day, guys. The whole day. I didn't even believe that I could bring this to you in this package. I was like, where do I even start?
Caller. Hello.
Oh, hello, guys. How are you?
We are good, and
We
you?
are good. How are you?
I'm fine. It's been too awesome.
Yes.
I'm watching your show, guys. I can see the comments. It looks like people now are starting to get that hope of saying, yeah, it looks like. Because earlier on, we were confused the way the states were preparing the case. Even the judge, as if he was taking the side. Because everybody was left like, how come? Let's shock. So even if they, after the proceeding, because of the way they were treating there for now, we can clearly see that where actually therefore did some moves. Even though we can see now that lady advocate in Shololo is trying to take chances. So now I'm worried about Mr. Can you please, Mr. Anonymous, maybe you've got a clue with regard to that lady advocate, or the lawyer for Kelly Khumalo. What is she trying to do? Because now she's trying to questioning the docket for second docket. So I'm not quite sure what's going on.
37.
I've never heard.
375.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because now she's questioning the NPA. I'm not just now. I'm not a legal expert, but now the way, even if I was listening to her interview earlier on today, so she was defending that lady Kelly Khumalo, because even from the first place, no one know. Even now, I still don't understand why Kelly appointed that lady to go to the court as a briefing. You see. So now,
just to clear that part of why, in a sense, I think the submission was that it's a watch and brief, which is more like what Defo is going to be doing on 375. It's a watch and brief, but obviously now she's being touched. Okay. Because now 375 is saying Kelly must be an accused. So that's her job. That's what this is where we should start seeing her making a lot of noise. But that being said, using media, because now there's one thing that I pointed out last time she used media. She talked about not being called, the witness not being called to actually identify those people. Open that gate. No one was probably seeing that gate. You open that gate. Now, therefore, was talking about it today, that they immediately when they come in as witnesses, Kelly, the first thing I would do is to make sure that they identify those people, because I can give you money. Those people don't know anything. That's what therefore said. So you see, you opened, now you are playing open cards and you didn't mean to do so. So there is someone who called here. I'm going to call that person back because they called through WhatsApp. Easy, so that I don't ignore them. Just guys, give each other a chance because we're using one phone.
Yeah.
We even if we were
Yeah,
to
wait for the other person to be finished with the call and then call in, because we are only using one phone.
So we are going to pass. Then anyone can call then from there, because
Hello?
we are trying to call them back. They are not answering. Yeah, so anyone can call then in this case, because we are free.
The lines are open if you want to vent, if you have a question.
Okay, we have one caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, caller. Hello?
Good day.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
I'm still online, yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, you are online. You are audible. You can shoot.
You basically have touched on everything that I wanted to say.
Yes.
Good day, Mr. Adamas and Emily.
Yeah.
Hi. For us, it's good night and good evening.
Are you in South Africa?
How are you?
Yes, this is South Africa. I've commented on it.
Oh, okay.
Not able to get through me. The Amanga Kate. Okay.
Hey.
I would like to say that Steffi has been really proving himself. To me, he was like a person who was picking up there's the in and planting there, because Ushololo for me hasn't really done anything, but he's just riding on what Steffi has done to just prove that those guys that are arrested really have nothing to do with the case. But I'm glad that there's this second document he's been speaking about, because when Ferdinand came out, I think just before this case started, it sounded like the person who's like, just arrest these people because it's seemingly it's them who committed this crime. It's like now they've just enough sense of, today for me it felt like they are reanimating that sense of has passed away again. I am truly happy with that.
Okay. So that will be your submission, and we thank you for that. And
thank you for calling and sharing
giving your
thoughts.
opinion. Someone called. Anything else you want to say?
Hello. Okay, I think they're gone.
Okay.
Thank you for calling, though. Thank you.
So let's have someone else called. Guys, you call on top of someone, so I couldn't answer your call.
Okay.
Someone else can call. Can you read the comments while we're waiting for someone to come?
Let me go back to my community in the chat, honey.
Here we go.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, how's it, guys?
We are good, and how are you?
No, I'm okay. Yeah.
We are losing you.
We are losing you. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, I can also hear you guys. Guys, I just wanna reflect back on the documentary.
Yes.
And even before the documentary, I think back in 2014, maybe I'm not sure as to whether it was weeks after. There was someone who was arrested.
Yes. I remember that person.
And then that person apparently was the person who used to wash Senzo's car.
Yes.
But then Kelly and the family knew that guy, but they never told anyone that they knew that guy.
Yeah.
That was a red flag.
Yeah.
Back then, it was a red flag. And now, fast forward to the trial.
Yes.
Mr. Anonymous said, Mr. DeForest, one point that should these guys the guys who were in the house come and identify the 5 accused.
Yes.
They won't say they know those guys.
Yes.
Like, there are a lot of things, guys, that have happened in between, which I can put my head on the block and say the 5 guys who are accused of this thing must be exonerated.
Yes. We would. I think from what we've been seeing, we can literally. Obviously, it's not over. We on our side, according to public opinion, we think that those guys are not the ones.
Actually, your line is a bit unclear. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
It is clear. You'll probably be hearing. You can just shoot if there's anything that you need to say that we are missing. You can just say it. It is clear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you clearly. You'll be hearing it on the video. You'll be surprised how clear you were.
Okay.
Was that it?
Guys, there are a lot. There's
a lot of things
to touch on, but maybe I should give other people a chance. And also, one more thing, guys.
Yeah.
Let us not undermine Advocate Defo.
No, that would be a big mistake.
Advocate Defo is very invested in this justice for Senzo. And I think he has done a sterling job up to so far.
Yes, that's my feeling.
For a mere fact that the poor man is doing this on pro bono, guys, I think he's got sent. May God continue to be kind to him and bless him. Thank you, guys.
All right, let's take the next caller. Thank you so much.
Hello.
What happened after court was adjourned?
Hello.
Hi.
So this one is listening to us at the back. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
How are you?
We are fine, and you?
Good.
I'm okay. I just joined. This is the time I come online.
Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome.
Yes, I want to pose this question.
Yes.
All right.
In the case in 357,
yes.
Musia made a statement.
Yes.
And again, he made a statement in the current case.
Yes.
I'm interested in finding out if these two statements are different so that Musia can be arrested.
So,
because if they are different, it will mean Kuri is party to this crime.
Seemingly they are different. That is what we are seeing. Seemingly they are different.
You just want Musia to be arrested.
The guy is sick, man.
No, thanks, man.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Thank you so much.
Let us hear. Someone called. I'm just going to call them back because we are lucky to, if you call through WhatsApp, we can call you back.
Let me carry on with my comment, my community here. Okay, where was I? Dimaka Zomatha. Akai Maka actually for 2022. Okay, I think I already read that. Mpume Mingli, yes, Steve was trying to work together with Mshololo. Mpume Mingli, and remember, she speaks well English. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how's it, guys?
We are good, and you?
Great, it's Elias here.
Elias.
Hi, Elias.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Enjoying your channel here. Very informative, I must say.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate
it. In the quite early stages of this case, I'm remembering Oscar's case.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
At the beginning, it had a big hype. So I just hope this will go the distance, until we get to know exactly what transpired on the fateful night there.
Yes.
By Kelly's house.
Yes. Yes.
The one issue I want to raise here is the fact that Advocate Devo used to be a cop.
Yes.
Yeah.
He knows how SAPS is operating. And within the cops or SAPS, there are people who want certain positions and somebody else is holding the position. So now they're leaking the information to Devo that actually he became aware of some things that actually happening within the state. There might be some issues that we don't even know of as yet.
Yes.
Remember, he's the one who said he's got an eyewitness who will come and testify. And all of a sudden, now this case comes from the state to say, here's a document that you have to deal with now.
Yes.
So why this thing coming out now when he just mentioned what he mentioned just this past week?
Yes.
That actually he's got an eyewitness. We're all wondering, why would he tell everybody that he's got an eyewitness?
Yes.
Who's going to come in? I mean, that was his firing shot to say, okay, now I'm calling this witness to come to the stand. And only when that witness gets to the stand will only then testify. We were expecting that. But this is not what happened. He mentioned, I've got an eyewitness. For what purpose?
Yes.
We don't even know as yet. But now suddenly, this document, that very same advocate therefore has been telling us that there's another case, and nothing was being attended to. And now the state pulled up this case for nothing. It cannot be. Something is up here.
And we did mention it in this channel that that was going to be the case. Is basically touching the tree to shake the tree so that the oranges can fall. And probably we can take this as one of the oranges falling.
Exactly my point. And so now my question is now here. I see the Kelly's lawyer is making all the media hype, telling them everybody what's happening.
Yes.
And that for me, it's like interesting story. It's nothing that's got any impact whatsoever in the case.
Yes.
Until we see next week what's going to happen now in terms of the judge making a call.
Yes.
That, okay, we've got two cases now. The NDPP must now decide what's happening. So there's one thing I want to put forward that about Advocative. The way he comes forward with his fact, you might not actually like the way he presents things. He even get under the skin.
What happened? Okay.
To like him for whatever he presents his case,
Yes.
Yeah. And today's events at court, he wasn't there. And with the interview later on, he said he gave Advocate Mshololo the document that this is another case that you need to be aware of. And I believe that should he be at court today, should have been at court today, he could have told the judge, I gave you this document on this particular date. These guys are lawyers. Probably they've got all this date and then signature of document that was given over and all that. But just for the mere fact that he wasn't there, Advocate Mshololo is not stupid. She's buying time. Should she get the time that she needs? They just gonna restructure the way they want to attack this case.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we need to remember that they are also marketing themselves. Should they win this case for their people? I mean, it's business for them, and they are doing their job professionally. So I'm very pleased with what's happening. We'll see. At the end of the day, justice must prevail. Whoever goes to jail should be the rightful person who actually caused Senzo's death, not the wrongful person because of protecting somebody or whoever's got money and all that. That will only play for a certain period of time, but the truth eventually will prevail. That is my 2 cents worth of my contribution to the topic.
Thank you very much. Are you
Elias.
studying law?
No, I'm an engineer, by the way.
Thank you.
Guys might have mentioned.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm just an engineer, man.
No, man, enjoy. Maybe you should add it as one of the nice to have.
As a top up. You
I
are very well
recently
spoken.
joined this chat, and I enjoyed it. Yesterday, I saw you read a couple of my comments,
Okay.
and then today I said, let me grab this number and then just share my thoughts.
Okay.
Oh, I remember,
Thank
Elias.
you
Thank you for
very much,
calling.
Elias.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. I'll be part of the team now.
Thank you.
Cheers, bye-bye.
Cheers, bye.
Okay.
That's it. Go to the comments, guys. We still have the line open.
All
Someone called
right.
in.
I
I just
was at
muted.
Mpume Mingi, and remember, she speaks well English. People who speak English has that thing, you can't mention it. Thomas Lucas Pinga says justice needs to be redefined in our motherland, Africa. Can we say that the jail is meant for the poor? We need the force in every courtroom in my beautiful Africa. I agree with you, Thomas. You are 100% correct. Oscar Gumete, Mr. Anonymous, what do you think about Magdalene Munsami?
I would have to reserve my comment for now.
For now.
To allow you to go further and read.
Okay.
And maybe
Gabsile Mabuza says, I agree with you, Mr. Anonymous, that the advocate, the foundation for Advocate Mshololo. Funeka Mdlalose siyambulela utifo. God must protect him nsuku zonke nokwazi shezi says, Batung, can we talk to Mr. Anonymous ngalawo manamba egu screen bagwethu for consultations?
Oh yeah, you can use those numbers.
Yeah, Lungisile Mpisane says, hi guys, I feel Advocate Baloyi has a lot to hide. He is too protective of the witness. Azania Mklosa, you almost missed this. Molweni, I'm sorry, Azania. Welcome back, though. Welcome back.
Yes, Azania. Yeah, we have people who are regulars like Cindy Langamandla. You're doing very good. Ngambela, siyabonga Cindy. Those are regulars,
Thank you. They've been with us for a very long time.
I probably have jumped you. Continue reading the others though, so that.
Okay, Zanele. Okay, where was I, Mr. Anonymous?
You were at Azania.
Okay, I was at Azania. And Elias Litwala. Hi, guys. The fact that Advocate Defa used to work at SAPS carries a lot of weight. He has his people inside that are providing him with very crucial information. Mommy Moore. And Kelly said her son doesn't like those guys because he remembers them and can identify them as they killed the father. Kelly's lawyer is for money. That's her job. In Mommy's opinion. Okay, do not come for me.
Kelly's lawyer is coming from a political party.
Yes, EFF.
So I think the manner in which they deal with things that side as a political party is also taking over, because most lawyers are they like dealing with things in a different way.
Yes.
So to actually use the media, let us answer this person. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening, Trevor from the Little Ante.
Hi, Rehantle Ngwanesu, wena guy.
Re happy.
Hi, Rapila, re all right. O rinka case, Ngwanesu.
Kiri ke tshwaele hanyane ke dina. Batho ha ba kena ka tlung, ba tlo le hopa. Ba ba tsamaya. Lona le shapa sebaka le shatswa madi a se la hlapetsang madi ao ba ne le tlo go pua.
Hobaneng ba koropa?
Hobaneng wa ba koropa my dear after but ntotse ka rentse go tshwanetse re ipotse tsona gore na hobaneng ba ile ba koropa a ke nna ga kwana le kwana a se Kelly ka bue nnete ke phetso ke tu
ne
that's real
aka bue nnete a o re khathetse
Hana one to so they're dragging this thing. Imagine the poor woman Maya Senzo, the poor soul you call an affair bukuku ka to boat over motadi ona modimo hula ka boima bonanta te o shwele hona jwale tena mme o tsetsa le mong ke ena jwala utlwang ditaba tsena kore it's too much for the poor woman. It's too much.
It is too much.
That was her son. Ha ke khathale manga ka reng. He was not supposed to die. For a cell phone, how okay, but cell phone, cell phone. No, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. Not at all. Not at all. The truth must come out. The truth must be told.
Yes. It must, no, and hopefully it will.
Also, do what to someone. She's evil. She's evil.
It's not
Ke tla fella hona moo bana ba.
Thank you for phonela. You just made my
Thank you, my
day.
dear. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And
Okay, the next caller.
Yeah, the next caller. There's no next caller.
Okay, let me continue with the comments. Tobile Mkize says, you're doing the best, guys. Keep it up. Thank you, Tobile. Thank you. Kaifas Nkuna, Musia made a statement in 357 and again in the current case. Musia might go to jail if it were found that the statements are different. Sindisiwe Mahlangu says, hi guys, I have a question here. How did Mshololo end up being defense lawyer for accused number 5? That's a question we all have. I don't know. Mumi Moore says, yes, Defo could have handled and finished the case in 2 weeks. He was God sent. Gugu Gumbi, great job, Emily and Mr. Anonymous. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Cindy Ndlangamandla, you all are doing very good. Good Ngambela. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Tobeka D. Kelly's lawyer may be of the assumption that the court of public opinion would work in favor of Kelly as a public figure, hence her strategy to manipulate the media. Allegedly.
Now it's a different story.
It's a different story.
It's a different ball game. You can assume that you still have the cabal you had before the case. Things have changed. People are thinking different now. If I read some comments, someone saying I've been defending Kelly. All of a sudden, she has changed. So that's what I'm trying to say is that the more you talk, the more you open the loopholes. Just do your job. Do what you are paid to do. You are not a spokesperson. You are a lawyer. And then follow that route. You probably stand a high chance of actually winning or even impacting certain things if you do it in the right way. Not public media, but I would not run away from public media. Let me answer this.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hi.
I've got a question actually I want to ask you both.
Okay.
Sergeant Musia, when he was sent to go and do all this forensic investigation,
Yes.
was he the best guy at the time?
Well, we have since established that knowledge was lacking in a sense that now the profession has been changed to
From forensic expert to criminalistic expert.
Of forensic.
Yes, and he had 1 year's worth of experience in forensic.
So if you ask me, I would say no.
No.
Yes. Thank you. That's the answer I was looking for. This guy was like, wade into the deep end, go and fail because we want you to fail.
Exactly.
He doesn't know what's happening. This thing is bigger than him. Really. You look at Oscar's case. I mean, the guys who went there were the people who had experience, who knew exactly what they're doing.
Yes.
But in this case, they send him the wrong way around first, go to the hospital, go to the police station. And now the poor guy who just died mysteriously was at the scene. The cops were having meetings there. And Musia, what's this guy's name? The Advocate knew there was high-profile cops having meetings there before Sergeant Musia arrived at the scene. By the time he gets to the scene was well prepared for him. I just want to speak, guardedly, that I didn't want to be quoted wrongly, that is if I know. When he got there, go check this, go check there, there's blood here, there's a bullet, everything was placed strategically for him to go and get only those specific items and nothing else. And then he was told to leave and then come back the next day. But the same guy who doesn't have experience, according to Musia, and Shea Musia has got 1 year experience on such high-profile case. He knew about it before going there. That's the question I've got. We're talking about the same stage, sending two different types of people to two high-profile cases.
Yes.
So I think this case was concocted right from the beginning. I might be wrong, but I think that's what is happening.
Yeah. No, we get
Thank
you.
you.
We get
Thank you for sharing your
Same
opinion.
Some of these things are fun when people are coming out. But hey, look, it's a public opinion.
Yes.
We are here as a court of public opinion.
I can
Let
only
me read.
imagine.
Hi guys, I'm Roberto. Tell me one thing. Why is that the judge didn't allow Defo's request yesterday, but he allowed Msholol? Those are the things that we have been discussing. It's one of those, man. I mean, there are those people who would make sense when they speak, but just because maybe of the way they've been under your skin, yeah, and then when someone else submits, who's really a darling, who's always retracting when you ask them to retract, and that was what I really talked about. Read the comments.
Okay, Azaniam Klosa says, at Sindisiwe because Manim Dase, that's how Mshololo is accused number 5's lawyer. Okay, and Zanele Ntombi, how guys, Hi guys, hello guys. Just wanna say love you lots at Ntombi at George. Hi Zanele, hi Ntombi.
Okay.
And Mumi Moa, Kelly's lawyer was even saying Kelly was asking her if there really was an eyewitness. There's no peace for the weekend.
Yeah, I think that's what really touched the lawyer. It's been that issue, and in
Of
fact,
this witness.
to put you at ease, therefore reiterated the statement of saying that there is an eyewitness, and in fact, he even went further to say that there might be more eyewitness. So yeah, we trust in Tifo.
Mpume Mingi, hi bo, I'm also a regular slana lol. Yes,
Yeah,
Mpumi,
Mpumi, yeah.
you are. You are also your number 3. And Murray, a very informative platform. Big up, guys. Thank you so much, Murray.
Thank you. Let me answer this.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Kola. How are you?
Okay.
Hello, how are you?
Yes. We are good, and you?
I am good now.
Yeah.
Yes, I just want to add something. No?
Okay. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
add. You
we are
can add. You can
listening.
shoot.
We are listening.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I also just saw your guys previous, no?
Okay.
Yes, I'm good now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What I just want to add is that's my thought, no?
Yeah. You are.
Yeah.
You are echoing. Can you mute the video?
Oh, the TV.
Oh, okay.
Mute the TV,
Oh, yes.
please. Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear.
I think Mosia, is it Mosia, no?
Yes, Sergeant Musia, yes.
That guy, no. I think it's also part of the secret, no. Maybe he also received a brown envelope somehow.
Allegedly.
Because I don't understand it.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't understand how come.
Maybe we are not supposed to hear this. I really would you mind holding so that we fix this? Because
No.
Okay, you can go
Okay,
ahead.
thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
okay, cool. We can shoot now.
Yes. That's why I'm saying I don't understand how come he's protecting that is a detective or that whatsoever that he found on the scene because the guy is not there anymore. So why can't you just tell the truth, no?
But one can argue
Or
that
put everything about to that guy, no?
one can argue that. Remember, you are protecting your job also. You don't want to come out as a person who didn't know the job, and that might sound wrong. But from my point of view, what I saw after the issue of that submission that Brigadier Love is no more, I
Yeah.
think Msia started now pushing a lot of things towards Brigadier Love.
Yes, but he was supposed to do that because now he's failing, no?
Yeah.
He already failed now. No?
Yeah.
So there's nothing else that we will believe from there.
He's been discredited.
Yeah, so that's the case. So I think he was also part of the crew. That's what my thought, no?
Oh, yeah. There's
somewhere, somehow, where this guy is. Because remember, first time they said I went to the police station, they asked, what actually were you doing in the police station? Looking for the address. Okay, first, I went to the hospital. And then from the hospital, how did you end up to the hospital? No, they called a police van here. So if they called the police van here, while you are still in the police station, why the police van didn't give you a direction or the address instead of going to the hospital? Yeah, because they were supposed, if they from the police station they called a police van that was near, that they already know the address. They were supposed to give Musia the address, not to go to the hospital, to go direct to that house. So there are too many things that are not adding up there.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
guys, continue with the comments.
Mpomashile, red flags, red flag, red flag. Red flag, guys. Calculations Corner says, when was Brigadier Ndlovu's funeral? Why is the media quiet about it? Obam Kondo, job done to lawyers. We just need to see the rich people go to jail, please. Pumza Sitoti at Oscar Gumete Magdalene Munsami will drop Kelly soon with laughing emojis.
Who will drop who?
Lindy, we molweni bantu abahle. Refilwe Maseko, this is too much for real. This must end this coming week.
Ooh.
Tembekile Mabona, we still have a long way to go.
We just started. Guys.
Tembekile Mabona Brigadier and he has pulled a Watson on us. Allegedly. Okay, I don't know anything. Kabisile Mabuza, can you translate what the last woman caller was saying? It was the same thing we're insinuating about the fact that someone was cleaning the house. Why was somebody cleaning the house? And I said, mopping the floor. Who has time to mop a floor when something so tragic has happened in the house? That's literally what she was saying, Kapsile. I hope you are clear on that. Murray Moyo, clearly Advocate Tifo was right all along. Now heads are rolling. Refilo Maseko puts laughing emojis. Calculations Corner, the cell phone story by Longwe. The story of the two guys who mysteriously died. The guy who got arrested in 2014. The cleaning of the crime scene. Ndlovu's death. Official meetings, allegedly. Officials meeting. Stangube is laughing. Tembekile is also laughing. Azania says Brigadier probably watching the case with Watson in heaven, laughing at Musia rubbing his pot belly, thanking his ancestors he dodged a grenade with this case. Okay, so Tembani Stebe, Abo Megi Piri Baningi Langapandle. Magaboshwe lo mama. Noma 2 weeks ay upapile. Dudu is it Mahola? Dudu Magola no Mahola. Musia was staged and he accepted himself. And she's from this flag. Is it Britain? Is it Britain? Are you from Britain? Are you from Britain, Dudu? Hello over there in Britain. When Mshololo showed the other docket, Musia even changed the way he was standing. Mpumzile. Mpumzi, welcome me guys in your channel. Looking forward to be your regular. Hi Mpumzi, welcome. Sialwandisa. Hi guys, for the afternoon raised an issue of a missing statement from the first 363. Tifo known everything. Sometimes it's giving him irrelevant. Opa says, job done, my sister and brother. The lawyer must clean all the rooted food left.
Okay,
No pinky. What kind of a mother is Kelly's mom? Letting in a married man, sitting on the same table with him as your daughter, as boyfriend, drinking in your house. As Umegi, Ekliniana, what was she doing?
All right.
Murray says, my question is, will we see arrest soon based on docket 375? Mpume says, Kelly's still gonna make money before it ends. Someone get locked up, if there will be someone locked up. Gapsile Mabuza, thanks for the translation, Emily. And Momi Moore says, Defo kept on saying to Messiah, you are not supposed to be the first witness because you are not qualified, and it sounded like he is not respectful. Now it is in the clear that Ndlovu and other top PP. Calculations corner, who is the eyewitness? Christina Mulia. When was the state funeral for Brigadier? Elias says, for now, the state is the party that is messing up this case. Wait and see when we get versions of the accused and the people who were there in the house. Calculations corner, eyewitness by advocates. Defo Roberto Kenbaloi, please stop those objections. Margaret, we need medical detective. This case is simple. This not guilty until proven guilty must be done away with. Yeah.
Right. So basically, I think we have covered everything that we need to cover.
Yeah.
Just unfortunately, we have to wait up until Monday.
Yeah.
But for those who know that we had a channel going on, other than this case, we'll obviously be continuing with the
Our
realities,
reviews.
With our reviews and the
With
rest.
the shows
we
that
do
we have
reviews,
picked.
and then I'm sorry that probably we have a mixed audience now.
Yeah.
We need to use English.
Yes.
It's with cultural stuff. It becomes difficult.
It's difficult. And Mr. Anonymous, before we leave, do you think Magdalene Munsami, Kelly Khumalo's lawyer, knew about this Netflix deal? It looks like she didn't.
It's a deal. If it's a deal and if it's really existing, because remember, we are basing it on allegation. If it's a deal, you obviously need a lawyer. More so if you are dealing with big companies such as these ones, you need a lawyer. And based on what we've heard, this Kelly Khumalo's lawyer is not just a lawyer that was hired on one day. It is a lawyer that exists continuously in most things. She's there, so she probably knows about the deal. I'm not sure if it does exist. It will be that she knows. It can be that you get yourself into big deals such as this, if they exist and your lawyer doesn't know that. You are open to a lot of things that are really dangerous. This is an international company, and obviously they do things through law. They are covering themselves. We saw them coming with their lawyer at the court when they knew exactly that they are coming in late, backdoor late and stuff like that. But they came prepared with their lawyer. So they do everything by the paper.
I'm also giving Netflix the side eye here. If she's offered that much, 22 million, it's a lot. Senzo's mom featured in the first documentary. And she is still
crying
about not being able to meet all of her needs. She's living with her pension that she's getting from the government.
I think the danger that Netflix would do is to hire our people. That's a very dangerous thing to do, and I'm not saying that because I'm against them hiring that South African people, but here everything can be bought.
Hi guys, that's it from us.
So all this dance and all that, if really this exists, then we can pin it back to that. I'm a crowd puller. I bring people. Don't worry.
Cloud.
If I'm there, things will happen. So I need this much. That's why I'm saying there's no way, if really this deal exists, there's no lawyer. There's no way. It was probably a negotiated deal.
Sizawulinda, but after Kelly's one, it's the Netflix one. Sizolinda.
Well, that's what we're going to do. And while we are waiting, we will be checking our mattress. Let's answer this question one more time. There's someone coming in. Hello.
Hello, guys. How are you?
We are good.
And you?
I'm good. Ikumphomashile mo.
Yes.
Hi,
Yeah,
Mpo.
nice show. Hi, sis. Hi,
Okay.
sis. Nice.
Okay, get to the
Hmm.
get to
No,
your grievance.
yeah, and get a nice show, guys. Nice
Oh,
show.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's your grievance.
I'm looking forward to other topics as well. It's khumalo fela.
Yeah, we will.
What would you
We
suggest?
will. Let us, you know what we normally do here?
Yeah.
We're a family. So we allow people to actually drop them on comments and...
No, rather do it with the WhatsApp.
Do it on WhatsApp. Normally, if you have something burning, we don't do
An
we
idea.
don't do a lot of allegations. We only do what is happening. Something that everyone, that is of public interest. We don't break stories.
Daily trends. Daily trends. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, no, guys, I don't want to comment much. Yeah, we can see every day.
If there's a story you want us to cover, just drop us a WhatsApp and let us know.
In advance so that we start doing our research.
Yeah, so that we dig.
Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Can we talk about the farm tomorrow?
The issue with the farm, the issue with the farm is that
it's a farm.
It's a farm.
That's the problem. The issue of the farm is that it's
this
a farm.
is where you measure the level of difference between the previous head of state and the current one, because this one ish nani niyazi why nisihlokoloza kanti niyazi ukuthi kwenzakalani.
No, the issue of the farm, we will talk about it, but yeah, it's the issue of the farm.
Hi, nani.
It's scary.
Ndiba novalo. Yayibona leyo
It's scary, the issue of the family. We can just collect information that we need.
Information ikona. Siyayicollecta on a daily basis. However, we cannot. This platform is very sensitive. Even I didn't know that. I just thought we'd get here and do what we want to do. It's not like that, guys. It's not.
So that's why some of the topics we just keep quiet. It's not that we do want to keep quiet. I think the problem is that some of the topics are more sensitive.
Very sensitive.
And we are trying not to step on people's toes.
We can't afford it.
We can't afford it.
We can't afford it.
But the issue of the farm is more political. We'll look into it. Let's see. We'll look at a proper angle. We don't want to take we'll just
more than we can handle.
Yeah.
Hopefully you understand.
Bye guys, bye.
Okay, bye guys. Thank you for joining us. And don't forget to like the video and just subscribe if you are new. And put the notification on all so that you don't miss out when we go live.
We love you, man. Bye.